it's Janelle, and welcome to the first part of my action figure collection. Over the years, I've acquired Star Trek action figures during my retro shopping trips, the occasional convention, and even online for the ones I really wanted. But after so many years of collecting, I've outgrown my current setup and need a new way to display my acquisitions. Enter a new Tuesday series on my channel where I share my action figure collection with all of you and set them up in a new display. Watch your favorite characters in plastic form boldly go to a new home in my game room, starting with the Star Trek The Next Generation action figures in this multi-part series. Let's make it so.
Engage.
But before I go further, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I talk a lot about Star Trek, video games, and whatever else I feel like talking about. And if you'd like to help support the channel, consider becoming a member. Be great to have you aboard. A little while ago, I built a Star Trek shelf in my game room, and it took no time at all to fill it with Trek merch I've collected over the years. Yes, I do indeed own a Captain Kirk standee. I originally built the shelf so I could properly display my boxed 9-inch figures, and then filled in the gaps with assorted Trek merch. But then I ran into a little bit of a dilemma. I have a bunch of the unboxed 6-inch Playmates figures that I'd like to open and display, but there is no more room around my current setup. And that's when I decided to move some of my Trek merch around to make room for these 6-inch figures. Don't worry, I'll put them someplace nice. Here is where I'm starting. I'll be using these nice little tiers to put the action figures on. None of that back row getting lost in the picture nonsense. I bought this 2-pack of 3 tiers from Amazon for about $13, but I'll only be using the 2 bigger tiers in my display. What I like is that the lower one fits inside the bigger one, and I can pull the lower tier out as much as I need it. The tiers are a little wider than I would have liked, but I'll be using the extra space to store extra accessories. But enough babbling.
What are you babbling on about now?
Let's get to the figures.
Let's see what's out there.
Up first is the most British Frenchman himself, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, in his open jacket uniform from Season 5 onward. I know some people don't like the jacket uniform, but I always appreciated Picard's taste for a little velour in his uniform.
Oh, pure velour. Oh. I wish I could afford that.
A Series 1 1992 action figure, Captain Picard is armed with knowledge and a phaser. He comes with silver accessories that include a phaser in mid-discharge, tricorder with holster, personal view screen, and pad, and is supported by a comm badge stand with his name on it. Now, I always try to make my action figures hold as many accessories as they can, but over the years, plastic weakens. Cool Hand Jean-Luc, however, is still holding on to his phaser, if only barely. His pad, however, is still firmly in his hands because Picard was always one for brains over brawn. It's the front row for Starfleet's original bald captain, firing his phaser up in the air with one hand and holding onto knowledge with the other.
I'm really quite dull.
But who to put next to Jean-Luc?
Jean-Luc! You delicious man. You were just thinking of me, weren't you?
That's right, Lwaxana Troi. Specifically, the 1994 series Lwaxana Troi from her Season 3 appearance in her gold bodice that features both a collar and décolletage and full belted skirt. Perfect for spurning the attentions of a Ferengi and frustrating her daughter to no end.
Doesn't he realize that I am the daughter of the 5th house of Beta Zeth?
Now, the thing about Lwaxana Troi is that she comes with a lot of baggage. I mean, look at all the crap she comes with. There's the talking gift box that appeared in Haven, the dinner chime that appeared in only 2 episodes, her comically huge luggage she made Picard and Riker carry for her, a wine glass, which I thought was supposed to be the sacred chalice of reeks, but it's just a wine glass. Now, I thought the wine glass came with a pestle, but it could also be the mallet for the gong. I don't know, I always put it in the glass. Now, Lwaxana does come with a base in the shape of the Federation symbol. After all, she's an ambassador and not in Starfleet. But to be honest, she could probably stand on her own without it. The dress itself makes a pretty good base. Lwaxana is just that great. I also left her hands free, storing her accessories behind her, save for her luggage. And now Jean-Luc can spend his time on the shelf lugging Lwaxana's crap around while she stands side by side with him as she searches for a new husband right next to her.
Perhaps another time.
And keeping an eye on Jean-Luc is the mother of his son. Yeah, you heard me. Beverly Crusher, mother of young Wesley Crusher, who might have baldness in his future. The Enterprise's Dancing Doctor Series 2 1993 action figure features her blue doctor's lab jacket with her uniform and comes with red accessories. As Chief Medical Officer, Beverly comes with instruments to diagnose and heal. And guilt-trip Worf into donating his blood to a Romulan. Come here, Worf, let me collect some of that blood you've got there.
Impossible.
Hypospray, tricorder, medical kit that looks like a purse, and a portable medical monitor. I do like that the monitor has handles for the action figure to hold onto. It can be challenging to get the figures to hold onto accessories, and it's something as simple as a handle that can make it really easy. Might not be the most accurate to the show, after all, computers don't have handles, but it's much more practical for an action figure. Beverly is going to be keeping an eye on Jean-Luc right here next to Lwaxana. Although, let's lower that hypospray so we can see her a little better. There we go. I'm not crazy about how the med kit hangs off her arm, but it was really difficult putting it crossbody without it sticking out too much. Space is at a premium on this shelf, everyone needs to squeeze in. Now, we all remember the episode of Next Gen where Beverly loved her some Riker. We couldn't forget it if we tried. So she's going to be standing next to Blue Shirt Alien Riker. Now this Riker is from a different episode called First Contact, where he was working undercover as a Malkorian. And one Prime Directive mishap led to another, and he might have found himself on the planet's 6 o'clock news. Blue Shirt Alien Riker comes from the 1994 third wave of Next Gen action figures, where he has some very flippy hair and a very wrinkly head that doesn't come from the result of raising his eyebrows too much. He comes with red accessories, including a Malkorian syringe, scanner, and medical monitor, perfect for blending in. And one anti-Prime Directive phaser. Blending in is for losers, kids. Let's put blue-shirted alien Riker standing next to Beverly with a rather big Federation base holding his phaser and a syringe. If Beverly can't get Worf's blood, maybe...
Impossible.
Nope. But what's Will Riker without Deanna Troi? As she's on her way to the mall with her purse. I'm not exactly crazy about the makeup job done on Troy's action figure. It's a tad heavy. I do, however, like how her hair is sculpted, and the action figure looks good all around. Deanna Troi is in her light purple grayish jumpsuit with a plunging neckline, which I believe started appearing around season 3. This was also the same outfit she wore when Captain Jellicoe told her to put on a uniform.
I prefer a certain formality on the bridge.
Coming out of the same series as Open Jacket Picard, Deanna comes with green accessories, some of which have these nice handles that make gripping the accessories easy for plastic hands. So now Deanna can hold onto a tricorder and pad with ease, even if that's not how you hold a pad. And also that's not a purse, but instead a portable computer for on the go. But when she decides to stay home, she has a desktop monitor. To shop at Amazon. Deanna is going to take her place next to blue-shirted alien Riker, where she can sense nothing at all, just like the real thing.
I sense nothing.
But oh no, it's a Troi torn between two Rikers, for there is also Ripped Shirt Ripped Riker. What has this Riker been up to? Could it be a mission gone awry? Could it be a holodeck adventure with the safeties turned off? Whatever it was, he needed a briefcase for whatever he was doing, which resulted in a mysteriously ripped shirt. Rip on the chest and rip on the shoulder. But that's not all that's ripped about this Riker, because he is ripped! Those Riker muscles are finely chiseled front and back, ever so slightly showing through the uniform. Perhaps he fought a bear. Perhaps he tried to feed Spot again. Who knows?
I was putting down the bowl of food. The next thing I know, there's a hissing ball of fur coming at my face.
But as ripped as he is, he's still armed with knowledge with his holstered tricorder. Another Series 1 figure, Ripped Shirt Ripped Riker, comes with worthless gold accessories. A gold briefcase, a gold tricorder, a gold directional UV source that looks like a mallet, and a gold pad. This man would be rolling in dough if gold wasn't so worthless in the 24th century.
There's nothing here but worthless gold!
But that doesn't stop him from being ready for action. Who will Troi choose? Blue-shirted alien Riker that Beverly feels strangely attracted to? Or the dreamy, ripped man on the other side of her? Whichever she chooses, they both have the same flippy hair and beard combo.
I never kissed you with a beard before.
And here's the progress so far. Tune in next time to see who else is beaming over to the Star Trek shelf. There's still plenty of crew left on that planet. But as always, thanks for tuning in to an episode of Waz's action figure collection. If you like what you see, why not give my video a like and subscribe to my channel? Tell your friends! Until next time...
Good Lord, didn't anybody here build ships in bottles when they were boys?